Alright, hello. Welcome back to another tournament match on Pokemon Infinity. This is a second round match in the lower bracket between Feutor and Fixedsys in our first ever Ubers tournament. Very exciting. Here we see Fixedsys' team from Feutor's point of view, sticky webs, other such shenanigans. We haven't yet seen anything that Feutor has. It's going to be a complete surprise, so that's exciting. Feutor's asking if I'm ready. I'm already recording, bro. Let's get this underway. So we see a few cool mons on this team. Oculius, I didn't get a chance to see. This is the lower bracket. Fixedsys dropped down from the upper bracket in a battle against myself, which I didn't commentate on. But at the time, I didn't get to see what the set for Oculius was because I killed it in one hit. So the fact that I killed it in one hit indicates that it's probably a fully offensive set without any bulk, because I think it would have survived if it was something like max HP. But nevertheless, we see an Oculius from Feutor as well, and I think I know that this one is a defensive set because I'm the one who lent it to him. We also see a Groudon. If that's an offensive Groudon, such as Rock Polish or Scarf, that could be very threatening into Fixedsys' team. Otherwise, it will still be good into all his physical attackers, such as Sableleomon. It's a great answer to Sableleomon. It's very solid against Metal Etamon as well. Good against Wargreymon once the Air Balloon is popped. I can tell you that is a Flash Fire Air Balloon Wargreymon on Fixedsys' team, which is unorthodox but has its uses. We see Ferrothorn, which I'm gonna say isn't gonna be that handy in this match. We also see a Jupiter. So we see Jupiter on both teams. Fixedsys has a Swords Dance Jupiter. I wonder what. Oh, yes, it is. Look, it's Life Orb, Rock Polish. Okay, so this could be the win condition for Feutor here. If you can break that Air Balloon on Wargreymon, then Rock Polish looks extremely scary. Starts out with Sticky Webs. Now, Sableleomon can learn Taunt, but given that this is a Swords Dance set, I don't think it has Taunt, but of course it also just can attack and do lots of damage, or use Infinity Arrow. Goes for a knockoff. Interesting. I guess expecting Taunt. I don't think you're going to see Taunt come out. This is Fixedsys we're talking about. Oh dear. That was a bad turn 1 from Feutor. I'm going to go out and say that. So we see Hustle here on Mockroach for that extra damage with knockoff. I just don't know if knockoff was the play, really. But never mind. It's happened. Oculius comes in, gets paralyzed. Probably doesn't care that much against. Oh, well, it's got Heal Bell, so definitely doesn't care about getting paralyzed. Heal Bell, a nice cleric set. Very nice. Of course, this is Swords Dance, yeah. So, oh dear, this is starting out pretty badly for your man Feutor here. I think you have to stay in, right? And just click Cosmic Ray a lot of times. Yeah, I don't think you can switch here. Although you're paralyzed, it's so bad. This is so bad. The fact that you didn't get that heal bell off is really bad. Um, Obviously we see Infinity Arrow didn't do much. It's going to need to be... Oh, it has knockoff. Oh my god, paralyzed again. This is a complete disaster for Feutor. What on earth do you do? Do you just go into Groudon and click Rock Polish? Like, what do you do here? This mon is... yeah, has to get sacked. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What on earth do you do? So we see Infinity Arrow, Knockoff, Swords Dance, and I guess Low Kick or Sacred Sword here. So this can always take a hit and click Strength, which will do big damage, probably about 75–80%. from there, I guess. I think you have to click Dragon Dance, honestly. I don't know if Strength is the play. I think you have to click Dragon. No, because he's gonna go for Infinity Arrow. He's gonna click Infinity Arrow here. Oh, switched out. Okay. Alright, so stemmed the tide of disaster for now. But Infamon is gonna get webs up here. Get to enjoy the cursor on the screen, which is always fun for people who have a irritation for things like that. Oh, look at that! As if, as if by magic the cursor. Oh, it's come back. Never mind. Okay. Well, Gale is a great answer to Infamon because you can't taunt to prevent it, so it's a very reliable way of removing hazards. A smart choice for a hazard remover in Ubers, given that Infamon is really strong in this tier. Really, really strong. So there go the sticky webs, which is good news. Wonder what Fixedsys brings out here. You could bring out Jupiter of your own. Click Sword Stance. That could be good. You could bring out Oculeus. That would be actually probably the play I'd go for. You don't want to bring out Wargreymon because you lose your air balloon, which is key. You don't want to bring out Metal Etamon because it doesn't really threaten you that hard at all, really. I think you want to go into Jupiter or Oculeus. There we see Oculeus. Gale does its thing. Does no damage. This is Sword Stance, interesting. Well, U-turn is at least some good chip. That good chip that we strive to achieve in all of our turns. Nice. Okay. Mockroach comes in. So Glare does nothing. And there is Sucker Punch here, which is nice. But would you stay in, is the question. If you have an attack that can threaten it, you probably would. Would you expect Sucker Punch? Fixedsys is a hard mind to penetrate, I must say. They do some outlandish things. Oh dear. Well, this is a disaster for your man Feutor here. There's been an incredible glut of paralysis turns that are basically impossible to account for and impossible to overcome when that happens so many times in a row. That Sucker Punch would have done an enormous amount of damage, coming off Hustle boosted, maybe even Life Orb. But that's not what happened. In fact, what do? Do you go into Ferrothorn? Get some para hacks of your own? Is that the only thing you can do here? We still know nothing about this set, by the way, this Oculeus set. We just don't know what's happening. Leech Seed is fairly free, I suppose. Of course, it could be Flame Charge. It could very well be Flame Charge. Knowing Fixedsys, that's the kind of set that he would run. He loves a good Flame Charge. In which case, Ferrothorn is going to have a bad time. Okay, no. Cosmic Ray. Good, okay. Look at this. A favourable turn for Feutor. Incredible. An actual thing set out to be achieved has been achieved. Now you probably click Spikes or Thunderwave, right? You gotta make progress. You need some hazards here. No? Okay. Never mind. What is this Ocu set? What's it doing? It's got leftovers. Goes for Glare. Okay. You're gonna click Swords Dance. Interesting. This isn't over. This is not over. Feutor has chances here as long as. Oh, okay. Wow. Frost Breath doing big damage. This could be. Glare is just a problem, isn't it? This is the kind of situation where I feel like even on a Dragon Dance set, extreme speed is possibly more viable than strength because there are so many scenarios where you just need that immediate priority. Hmm. Oh yeah, that was a slow. I've just realised that Jupiter got outsped there, which means it has very little in the way of speed investment, if any, which is strange in some regards. But Feutor likes alternative EV spreads as much as anyone, so makes a lot of sense. Spikes, I think, is the right play. You really need to be just establishing some progress in this battle, reliable progress that cannot be halted by such nefarious things as full paralysis. Shout out to the changes to paralysis introduced in, and other status moves introduced in Pokemon Champions, by the way, that we've seen recently, making it only a 1 in 8 chance to be fully paralyzed. I think that's a great change. We hate para hacks in this part of the world and in every other. So yeah, I think you have to go into Groudon here for sure. Jupiter, as we know, this one is a Swords Dance set, so it's likely going to go for Swords Dance here. And of course, it has Searing Slash as well, so the Sun boosted +2 Searing Slash will be doing good damage against Groudon, but not enough to kill it. And you can certainly go for a Rock Polish here. I would definitely not go for a Swords Dance, I would go for a Rock Polish. You don't really need the SD, honestly. You hit everything super effectively, except for Okyu, which is already really low. So I don't think Swords Dance is necessary here. Wisely goes for Rock Polish. I'm going to expect +2 Sun boosted Searing Slash to do about 65%. That is my prediction. I'm guessing that given that it's Rock Polish, this Groudon has at least a little bit of bulk. Wow, was that exactly 65%? Am I a skillful man? The burn. Feutor forfeit. Wow. GG. Well played. Fixedsys. Incredibly unlucky there. Feutor has had a terrible time, and we will see him in the. Oh no, this was the lower bracket. Man, that was rough. I'm sorry, buddy. We'll see Fixedsys in the next round of the lower bracket. Thanks for watching.